Woo! That pushes, that's for sure. Hey everyone, it's Ben Hardy here, and in today's going to be reviewing the all-new Toyota RAV4 Hybrid. Now this one is in the XSE package. First and foremost though, a huge shout out and thank you to the Tim Daly Mazda here in Southtown, Utah for giving me some time with this RAV4. This one is available for sale for the time being. They obviously also sell the new Mazda product as well, so if you're interested, just reach out to them. And then on a side note, if you want to save time and money the next time you purchase a car, link to my car buying guide in the description down below. Let's get into it. Under the hood, we have a naturally aspirated 2.5 liter four-cylinder paired to an eCVT and a hybrid system. Total system output 219 horsepower. Fuel economy 41 around town and then 38 on the highway. Now let's go over the front end of the RAV4. So first off, you guys can see we've got the signature RAV4 hood, which is kind of hard because this has white paint to see, but got really distinctive lines there and then off to the side. Anyways, we got the new style headlights that were released for the 2022 model year. Notice the Toyota logo has some blue accenting to signify that this is a hybrid, and then the grill's all blacked out. And then we actually have a daytime ring light off to the side that looks pretty cool. And then notice the blacked out trim here at the bottom. And that's the thing with the XSE package, is it kind of makes everything look a little bit sportier. Coming around the side here, our tire and wheel setup is 225/60/18 in the front and in the rear as well. And then notice how the wheels are also all blacked out as part of this package. But that's not my favorite part. My favorite part is with the suspension, how you've got the blue on it. It just, I don't know, it looks cool, it pops out. And then notice here with the fender flare, that's also all blacked out. Mirror cap, all blacked out. These trim pieces are kind of random. And then we have our all-wheel drive badge, again, blacked out. That's kind of a theme here, and this also has the splash guards in the front and in the rear. Here's your full side view. Now here's the key fob for the RAV4. You got the hybrid logo there on the back of the RAV4 logo, and then you can see you've got functions like your unlock, your lock, and then the opening here for the hatch. Pretty simple. Now notice we got our RAV4 logo right there, and then you can see with the cargo cover already built in from the factory. And we got the spare tire just underneath. Other than that though, I mean, it's got plenty of storage space, so that's good. When you're done, you got this button up here that you can press, and that'll lower everything right back down. Very slowly though, apparently. Very, very slowly, wow. Finishing things up with the rest of the rear, you guys see the crossbars there at the top. And then we've got these signature RAV4 taillights. And then notice the badge, again, blue accent, but it's all blacked out as part of the XSE package. Same thing with the trim there on the top of the bumper, and then the RAV4 logo. And then we still have dual outlet exhaust tips to make this look sporty, which is kind of fun. But that's the rear. Now here's the door panel in the back. We got the blue stitching here at the top, and then all of the padding down below. I love the look of the speaker for the sound system. Got a bunch of funky shapes here with the RAV4. And then here are these seats. So again, notice the padding, cloth trim there in the center with some more of that blue accenting. And if we pop in, ooh, tons of legroom. Yeah, tons of space. No storage pocket here, but they get a storage pocket right next to us. And we got some vents down below, some USB ports, cup holder armrest set up. You know, the usual. Let's head to the front. Here's our front door panel. So again, you can see with the blue stitching and then all of the padding down below. All of our window controls, the mirror adjustments, and then the mirrors do have blind spot monitoring. And then notice with our RAV4 logo right there. And then here's the front seat, again with the blue stitching, and then you can see the inserts there on the seat. Pretty cool. Power adjustments. Pedal layout down below, pretty normal. Then you got like our gas cap release and then the hood release as well. Got this little storage space here. Notice with the blacked out trim, then the stitching. Let's pop in. So here is our steering wheel, really nice padding all around. You got the darker stitching there on the center portion. We have our cruise control with our lane departure assistance, and then controls for the center stack, volume, voice command controls as well. Turn signal light stock, windshield wiper stock, and there's the steering wheel. So here is the gauge cluster. So you've got like the hybrid information there on the left side, letting you know if you're charging, being economical, all that, and then obviously your fuel gauge and everything. And then you guys can see what this has been averaging so far, but it only has like 45 miles in the odometer, so yeah. Anyways, you can scroll through different menus, see different bits of info here on the RAV4, pretty normal stuff. And then we do have some different drive modes. So we have an eco mode, notice it gets green, and we have a sport mode, gets red and aggressive, and we can push in for normal. And then we do have a trail mode that's like on every single RAV4 now. Toyota's really going for that off-road thing. And then there is an EV mode, unavailable because the hybrid battery is low, but there you go. Now here's the center infotainment screen. First off, if we pop it into reverse, we've got a backup camera with trajectory lines that do turn with the steering wheel. And you guys will notice it'll let us know exactly what's happening. So right now we're just using the battery, basically. But you've got these shortcut buttons here on the side, and overall, responsive, the screen is solid. I like the little, like, knobs. They definitely just feel kind of cool overall. But anyways, there's a screen. We got this blue stitching here at the bottom. You can see the padding there on the dash. And then we've got our analog climate control. So we have dual zone climate system here. Heated seats, which I'm not sure why that one is on. Stability control. And then got like our charging area. And look at the texturing and everything. It's kind of unique. Shifter for that ECVT. Parking brake, and then our auto hold. Trail mode, and then our drive mode select with the dial. And notice that the dial coloration actually changes with the different modes. It's kind of hard to see on camera, but it does kind of change a little bit, which is definitely fun. We've got some cup holders right here, center console, and then see the glove box set up, and then notice the storage space just up above. And then finishing things up here at the top, we do have a sunroof. Controls for the sunroof is right here on the other side. Don't press that control in the middle because that's the SOS button, but there you go. So this is the original window sticker for this RAV4. This doesn't reflect current market pricing. This is just what this was brand new, or at least the window sticker says what is brand new. $35,555 is the base price before options. And then after all options, $39,006. Let's see how it drives. Well, let's talk about visibility before we set off. Here's your visibility over the hood. Both the mirrors, which do have blind spot monitoring. And throughout the rest of the rear. And let's set off. So, setting off here in the RAV4 Hybrid. Now, obviously, this isn't the crazy hybrid RAV4, the Prime, which has like over 300 horsepower, but still, this thing's got some pep in its step. Now, one thing I love about the RAV4 is just how well it drives. It's smooth and it's comfortable. And it's quiet too. Like, it's just a nice experience. And right now we're in the normal mode. I actually want to pop into the eco mode and see how that feels. It doesn't do a whole lot to the throttle to change it, so that's kind of interesting. I love the drive mode select in this. It's so fun. It's just, yeah, it's just different compared to what you normally see. Seat comfort's really good. That's something that Toyota's I feel like done a really good job with their vehicles, even when they have seats that don't have necessarily like the most top-notch materials in terms of like luxury use, if that makes sense. They still are comfortable. Like, you get into a lot of other vehicles that have, you know, quote-unquote cheaper materials, and they feel hard, whereas this, it has like good padding on it. So whatever Toyota's been doing with their seats, yeah, good job. These are super similar to the seats I have in my 4Runner, except my 4Runner doesn't have the cloth inserts with the seats. Now you guys can see the power flow. So the engine right now is on and it's charging the battery. And then if I move forward a little bit, you can see it's going to the wheel now. So it's cool that it shows you the power split. Definitely a fun feature. Now it's the battery now moving things forward, but again, the engine charging it back up. See if I can pop into EV mode. Nope, EV mode unavailable. Hybrid battery too low. So, guess it is what it is sometimes. Can definitely still feel it's a CVT. It's pretty smooth though. Pretty smooth. Pop it into the sport mode. Now everything's red and aggressive. Now that we have it in the sport mode, I guess we are ready to accelerate. Wow, that's a cool Tacoma. Woo! That pushes, that's for sure. Wow, that's thrilling. That's really good. Yeah, that's fun. That is for sure. That is definitely fun. So yeah, let's kind of sum things up here with the RAV4 Hybrid. First off, I think it looks great on the outside. Interior also looks great as well. That's the thing that Toyota's done a really good job with a lot of their modern vehicles, is even though they won't necessarily use like the most high-end materials, they still make their interiors look really cool and feel, I don't know, it just feels good. And you can tell build quality is just amazing. And then just overall with the hybrid, it drives really well. So if you guys don't know, my mom has like a 2017 hybrid, and I can tell you the new hybrid feels so much better compared to the previous version. Like just everything about this, with how it looks, the interior, the way it drives, it's a big improvement. And so yeah, everything is cool. If you're a little bit more power hungry, they got the Prime, but the one downside about the Prime, and we're in EV mode right now, is, let's see if we can do full on EV. Okay, now we're in EV mode, full on. The Prime's just hard to get a hold of. There's just, availability is pretty lackluster. Let's see how much I can floor it. Oh, no, it turned on the engine. I guess, yeah, said accelerator pressed too hard. Anyways, let me know what you guys think about this. That's because something's up for a video on this RAV4 Hybrid. Again, a huge shout out and thank you to the Tim Daly Mazda here in Southtown, Utah for giving me some time with the RAV4. Check out the intro in the description down below. I'll see you.